Gravedigger, Max D, Monjam World Finals. Gravedigger, oh no, oh my god. Has that been... Hang on. Hey guys, and welcome to the World Finals prediction video. I've always wanted to do this. Now is my perfect opportunity. Today, we are going to be predicting each and every event at the World Finals. That includes high jump, that includes skills, that includes racing, and freestyle. We're going to work our way up. We're going to use stats, and we're going to use a thing called luck, or just pure guessing. Now, my track record's been pretty good. Just remember, I predicted Toddler Duke in Blue Thunder and Cody Saucier. If it is not renewed, it could make for some interesting driver and truck pairings, like Toddler Duke in Blue Thunder or Cody Saucier in Dragon. Note, these pairings are what I would like to see and not official pairings for next season. Returning trucks. There's one thing I have to say about these changes, and that is... I called it! I f***ing called it! Let's go! And so, we're gonna use a little bit of that, and hopefully something more, to figure out who is winning this year's event. So without further ado, on with the video. Up first is my least favorite, high jump. Now, you're probably wondering... Why hate high jump? Truck go big and high. Crazy. No. It's pointless. Very pointless. There's no stats that I can use to predict any of this. Yeah, it's just luck, basically. Besides that, let's talk lineup first. We've got Byron Musawa and Zombie, Corey Rummel and Megalodon, Cynthia Gauthier and Lucas Stabilizer, Jim Kohler and Avenger, Kristen Anderson and Gravedigger, Ryan Anderson and Son of Digger, Tom Mentz and Max D, and Toddler Duke and Blue Thunder. So that's a pretty good lineup. I won't lie. This lineup rocks. So cool. But I mean, it's high jump. Trucks go high. Anyway, without making that joke 5 different times. Now, here's who won't win: Jim Kohler and Corey Rummel. I know, shocker, these guys, their trucks are known for getting huge air. But see, here's the thing you need to know. All of them start, and I'll put some videos up on screen, they all start at the same point. They all start at the same distance back, they hit the same jump with probably the same amount of speed. So, it's pretty much equal. But then you've got to realize that the CRCs, which is the chassis that Kohler and Rummel run, are much heavier than the normal trucks. So when you've got trucks that are heavier than the normal ones, same starting distance, same speed, same ramp, you're not really gonna get higher than someone with trucks that are lighter and doing the exact same thing. So with that being said, I don't think that Rummel and Kohler will win, and my further proof of that is they finished at the bottom of the previous year's high jump challenge. So basically, I don't think it's gonna be Corey or Jim Kohler. So that only leaves a few others, which are the other 6 drivers. Those other 6 drivers, in my opinion, have an equal chance. Because, again, same starting distance, same speed, same jump. What could go wrong? Nothing. So, therefore, I've pretty much narrowed it down to 2, with one prediction in mind. Kristen is one of them, and that's only because she has the highest ramp jump record, and there's only one other guy, and it's literally only because he gets big air. Byron Musawa. So, yeah, with that being said, my driver for high jump is Byron Musawa in Zombie, and it's just a gut feeling. No reasoning. I promise the rest of them are gonna have stats, so let's get into that. Alright, moving on to skills. This is probably gonna be the tightest that a skills challenge has ever been. It's so stacked. So let's get I can't English. Let's get into the lineup. We got Armando Castro and El Toro Loco. Yes. Brandon Vincent and Gravedigger. Camden Murphy and Bakugan Dragonoid. Ryan Anderson and Son of Digger. Todd the Duke and Blue Thunder. Tom Manson Max D. Tristan England and Earthshaker. And Tyler Menninger and Gravedigger. Now, who won't win? This is a tough one because pretty much everyone on here has done relatively well in terms of skills. And the only person who doesn't fit this bill is Todd the Duke. Now, you're gonna be like, Jackson, Todd's awesome at skills, and you'd be right. But there's a few things to note. Number one, he's been screwed over in judging all season long. Just look at Minneapolis. He should have won when he had the best skills run. Everyone knows it, and that didn't happen. He's also openly admitted that he doesn't like it. He does well, but gets ruined by fan judging. And that still is an important part, despite the fact we've got official judges. So, yeah, that's who I don't think will win. Another thing to note is consistency is key. You have to get 4 good hits. It isn't like a normal stadium event where you have 2 hits and 1 shot, and you could fumble one of them up and get a really good second one. You've got to hit all 3. All 4. And that is really going to hurt people. And there's really only a few drivers that have been consistent the entire year long. Those, I've really condensed it down to 3 drivers. Those 3 are Tom Mentz, Tyler Menninger, and Brandon Vincent. Let's start off with Mentz. He's the reigning World Skills Champion, and I have here, he has the 5th best average skills score with an 8.642. So that's pretty good. So he has this down. But there have been 2 other guys who have finished better, and those are Tyler Menninger and Brandon Vincent. But the person I want to focus on the most is Brandon Vincent. Brandon finished 3rd in the skills challenge last time at World Finals, which is pretty good. He finished behind Tristan England, but he not only has the highest skills average score, the best skills average score. So he has a 8.930. So that is the best skills average score out of anyone. But of course, he has the most skills challenge wins with 36. He's been doing good. He hasn't just been doing stoppies or moonwalks. He's been doing new stuff. There was one weekend where he had probably the craziest set of combos I've ever seen. So that, to me, says it all. And with that being said, again, I could be very wrong because all 8 of these guys could ultimately win it. Any one of them. But if I had to nail it down to one person, it would be Brandon Vincent in Gravedigger. That is who I think will win skills. Racing is going to be hard to predict. I mean, it's completely different to what we've seen in Monster Jam, and there's only a few independent drivers that have actually driven on this type of track in general. Let's look at the lineup. We're going to be here for a while. Adam Anderson and Gravedigger, Byron Musawa and Zombie, Brandon Vincent and Gravedigger, Brianna Mahan and Whiplash, Bryce Kenny and Great Clips Mohawk Warrior, Camden Murphy and Bakugan Dragonoid, Charlie Porkin and Monster Mutt, Cole Venard and Black Pearl, Corey Rummel and Megalodon, Cody Saucier and Dragon, Cynthia Gothier and Lucas Stabilizer, Jamie Garner in Overboard, Jim Kohler in Avenger, John Gordon in Bad Company, Kayla Blood and Soldier Fortune, Kristen Anderson in Gravedigger, Mark List and El Toro Loco, Nick Pagularulo and Kraken, Ryan Anderson, Son of a Digger, Todd LeDuc and Blue Thunder, Tom Manson, Max D, Tristan England and Earthshaker, Tyler Menninger in Gravedigger, and Wes Anderson in Gravedigger. Who won't win? Experience is a must. You could argue that most of these drivers would fall into the no experience category. But I think arena drivers are seriously at a disadvantage. People like Kristen and Weston and I guess kind of Brianna too. Most of these people haven't driven, and especially Weston, because Weston hasn't driven in a stadium at all, so he wouldn't be familiar to this type of environment. And he's coming out on probably Monster Jam's most complex track in quite some time. So, man, he's got a tough challenge. Who I think will win? Well, I think it's going to be a mix between 3 categories that I've written down here. Experience, speed, and handling pressure. So we'll get into that. So, experience. As I said, there's only been a few people that have done this over-under racing style, and those have been drivers that have competed in the Circle K Back to School Bash. That's an independent show. I'll put some stuff up on screen. They've done over-under for the past few years, and there's only been a few drivers that are competing in this event that have done it. People like John Gordon, Corey Rummel, Jim Kohler, they've all done it, so they would have some experience with this, and I reckon that they could probably handle it quite well. The next thing is speed. It's really subjective, because you could say that, oh, this guy's fast, but this person isn't. I think it comes down to actually racing on the day. So there's that. The people that describe this best are Ryan Anderson and Cody Saucier, just because they've been known to be incredibly fast over the years, and even Chuck Bari Musawa in there. And finally, handling pressure. Well, there's only a few people that I know can do that very well. Tom Metz. Surprise, surprise. I'd also put Adam Anderson up there, but they handle pressure the most. I especially think Tom Metz, not only because he's tested it, but he also is a 12-time world champion. So that kind of just says it all there. Now, I don't think it'll be Tom Metz, only because he's really struggled in racing, and a bunch of his field are people that he has competed against on this season, plus other drivers, like Ryan Anderson. And speaking of Ryan Anderson, that is who I think will win. Ryan Anderson is going to be your world racing champion, easily. And it's because he's fast, he's won a few racing competitions this year, and he's just really impressive. Moving on to freestyle. This is the hardest one to predict. I worry that the track is going to be essentially take the racing track and just remove all the side obstacles and just replace them with new ones. I reckon that is what they're going to do, because keep in mind, it takes them a while to move stuff, you know, to reorganize the track. And considering that big, giant crossover jump is in the middle of the course, the middle of the track too, that's what I mean, they're really gonna have to either work their tails off to make it look like a world finals track, or they're just gonna keep it there and fill the rest of the stadium with just random crap. And I would hate if they did that. Who I don't think will win. I think certain drivers that have never been in this situation and probably might be under pressure would not perform too well. I think people like Kristen, Kayla, and Nick Pagliarulo are really going to struggle, and they could prove me wrong, and in fact, my predictions could be totally wrong. And if these drivers prove me wrong, that's awesome. But going off of my infinite, quote-unquote, knowledge, I think that these guys and girls are going to struggle, especially if this track is just whack and cool and steep and just different. Who I think will win freestyle? Well, let's take a look at another thing that's going to be a huge part of this, is the split judging. It's going to be half fan judges and half professional judges. So there's going to be, I don't know how many professional judges, but there's going to be a few of them, and that is going to be combined with the fan score. I don't know how they're gonna do that. I guess we'll find out. These judges are gonna be looking for technicality, momentum, and wow factors. And you're gonna really need someone that can throw something like that out of the hat and onto the track. Funny joke. So, there's only a few people that can do that. You know, Ryan, Tom Mence, all of that. It's gonna be tough. Ryan has really been struggling in freestyle this season. He's done quite well, but he hasn't won every week. And you know who has been winning in stadiums all the time? Tyler Manninger. From week 1, Tyler has been throwing down. Actually, you know what? Forget week 1 of this year. Let's go back to last year in Houston. That was one of my favorite freestyle runs I've ever watched. Period. That freestyle was mwah. French kiss. Chef's kiss. That's what it is. Chef's kiss. Beautiful. So, who I think will win is my prediction. Tyler Manninger. Tyler is going to win because Tyler has had such a phenomenal season with great freestyle runs all season long. Without a shadow of a doubt, this is probably the one I'm most confident with. You know, skills I'm a bit worried about. Racing, I have no idea. But freestyle, Tyler Manninger knows how to throw down, and he is going to be my pick. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon with some more Monster Truck content. Now, what am I going to do with these? I might go back to that actually. Yeah. All right. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.